Hello my fellow gamers and welcome to something a little special. I know a lot of you guys are going to really enjoy. As we're doing the historical campaigns, we're waiting for the DLC to come out for the Total War to start those campaigns, as well as waiting for John Torn and Torren to do their finals. Unfortunately, they've been really busy with their own tournament they've done. If you haven't checked that out, do go to Torren's channel because it was absolutely brilliant to watch. Pretty much most of the YouTubers you see in my tournament are on that tournament, but they're going early build access of like the Regiments of Renown for like Chaos and all that. The new High Elf and Dark Elf units. Norska again, so you get to see Norska in the tournament. And I think what the plan is, and I don't quote me on this, but I think what John Torn and Torn are going to do is wait a little bit longer and then wait for that to come out to then do the tournament finals. So you get to see all the new units done by two professionals in a best out of 5 for the final. So if that's the case, I'm happy to wait. I'll fill in as much filler as he can. But in the meantime, yes, this is a mini-series of Ultimate Chaos. I know a lot of people are very excited. Well, I take on TzuDevil, who is a great YouTuber who does mostly Dwarfs. If you remember, he did take part in the tournament, did an amazing job getting through to the knockout stage. And he also did the Shadow Against the YouTubers, where he did a best out of 3, where he destroyed me 3-0. But, you know, never mind. But in this series, we decided to do something fun and did Ultimate Chaos, all 4 of the Chaos Gods against Dwarfs. So he had to build a Dwarf army, I had to build Chaos army, and there's got to be 4 rounds, 1 today, 1 Saturday, 1 Sunday, and 1 Monday. And each of the Chaos Gods are going to take on a different Dwarf army of a Dwarf General. He's going to go through 4 Lords. So we'll go straight on to, you may notice that it's quite a big army I've got, and a massive army of Dwarves. That's because we went large armies, ultra funds. Because if you're going to do this, let's do it properly. So my army is split into 3. Oh, of course, the first round would be Khorne, because no one was going to get in his way. So we're going to do the Blood God first against the Dwarves. We have 2 units of Knights of Khorne here. They're being led by a Champion of Khorne. Just go over so you guys can see the nice artwork and everything that's been done on them. In fact, what I'll do is, if I pick that up as well, then you guys can obviously pause the video to look at the stats. So that's the Knights. Then you've got the Champion of Khorne. Then we've got the centre group. This is the main hard-hitting line, which has got 4 units of Warriors of Khorne, and then a centre group of Skull Takers of Khorne. These are your elite infantry, and they're your standard. Well, I say as standard as Khorne gets. We also have an exalted Bloodthirster of Khorne. It's important because I believe that's the Lord. Yeah, it is. And then you got another Bloodthirster that's a hero. So that's the exalted one, being followed by Bloodletters of Khorne. We also have this flanking group. Now, this is just all followers of slaughter, and there is 8 of them. So 4 on the front line, 2 on each flank. They're just basic infantry, peasants that have got a big sword and they want to cap guys up. These are being led by a normal Bloodthirster of Khorne, and he's also got some Bloodletters of Khorne following him. So that's my army. We'll go over to the Dwarf line. So he's got a front line of 5 units of Dwarf Warriors. You've got this massive group of heroes here. Thane, a Runesmith, and Ungren Iron Fist is the one hero he's using for this one. Makes sense. We get an Unbreakable guy to take on Khorne. We have the Grumbling Guard backing them up. We then have a backline of miners, all with blasting charges. There's 4 of them. Then you've got the Regiment of Renown, the miners there. We then have a 5 units of Iron Drakes with torpedo hammers. Once again, one of them being the Regiment of Renowned. On this flank, well, at the back here, we got 3 Dwarf Warrior units, just as a backup. We have the Dragonback Slayers, very good choice, being I've got Bloodthirsters. We got the Iron Breakers, Regiment of Renowned, a group of Slayers over there. We have another group of Slayers over here, and on this flank, we got some Longbeards with great weapons. So with that covered, let's get underway. The numbers, he outnumbers me slightly. Don't worry about the balance of power too much. While it's a mod, it sometimes doesn't get that 100% accurate. So, moving on, Khorne, as you can imagine, my plan was simple. Charge, charge, and charge. And these guys are going to try and overwhelm this flank and get behind. These guys are going to get in behind, and these guys are going to go straight into the front. So, moving in here, we have the Chaos Knights trying to get in as quick as can, but he does have the Slayers here. But we're Khorne, so we're not stopping for anyone. So we're just going to charge straight into these Slayers. And dramatic, boom, just fly into, yeah. Smashing through the flank there. The Iron Drakes are coming in. In comes the Bloodthirster, guys, and that charge is ridiculous. I've released the Deadly Onslaught on Heroic Kimble. Oh, look at those blasting charges on him. but barely scratching. But they are doing quite a bit of damage on the flanking forces here. They're cutting through the dwarf walls quite nicely. More blasting charges going off over there. Got these guys trying to support them as well. Where is the second Bloodthirster? There he is, down here, having a good time. He's already broken one group of dwarf warriors, and there are slayers though. So they're going to do a lot of damage against him if I'm not careful. But he does have the blood that is helping him. The followers of Slaughter are doing a good job. All their job is to just try and kill some dwarfs and just hold up. The fact that they're going against Longbeds are great weapons is brilliant for me. Not very cost effective for the dwarfs. Followers of Slaughter here are getting pushed back. We do have a rampaging. The Skull Takers are called. That's what I love. Since the Rampage have come out, the new Khorne units, most of them can rampage. We do have some Bloodthirsters kind of just stood here. Bloodletters, so in the Bloodthirst, here he comes. Just cut him up a bit. You need to keep this guy charged. Oh, he's had the Hammer of Crack Draz dropped on him. But I love the way he knocks his own units over as well. He just doesn't care. Jumping in there, trying to get rid of the Runesmith. Trying to get rid of those buffs as quickly as possible. The Fane's jumping in as well. And Ungrim is trying to get there. But he's going to go caught up with these dwarves. He's now breaks through the walls of chaos going through over there. How are the forces of Knights doing? One group's been broken over there. I think that's the... Yep, the champion of Khorne's made it in. And here comes the Exalted Bloodletter as well. Doing a good smash. Shadow, I really... We were so unused to having this many units. That you've got all these units just stood around. We need to get them in better. Bloodthirsters, what I'm trying to do, as you can see, I'm making them run and charge everywhere. There you go, kill, main, burn, guys. That does 50% weapon damage, charge bonus, and melee damage, and imbues fire damage. In other words, this thing is more beastly than it was before. In comes the Bloodletters, the Skull Takers to help their Exalted Lord, and we got more coming in. As you can see, we're kind of getting a good pocket. There's a lot of dwarfs starting to break. Got Bloodletters doing a lot of damage on the fins. I want the Trollhounders. I wanted to get rid of them as quick as possible. This group, this Bloodthirster, is trying to take out the Dwarf Warriors and Miners here, trying to win this battle. The followers of Slaughter are being beaten, but just sheer numbers. I'm just throwing in numbers at this point. These followers of Slaughter have done a really good job trying to hold these doors back. But as you can see, it's starting to go in my favour. We do have Skull Takers to Khorne of, frenzied again. In comes the Bloodthirster, still with the, he's got the Heroic Blade going and dead the Onslaught, got a good rear charge that did a lot of damage on these Iron Breakers. But remember, these guys will probably never break. Just very annoying. You may have to forgive us for having units forgotten. Like I said, we did this on large armies, Ultra There he goes, and in comes the Knights as well. With Khorne, I knew how to keep charging, keep moving. That's where Khorne really excels at, the charge bonuses he gets. Look, we got Bloodletters kind of stood there after slaughtering their prey. The followers of Slaughter doing really good, just pinning this side down. So the Bloodthirster and the Bloodletters and all that can deal, Warriors Khorne can deal with this little group here. And secure the hill. But as you can see, 50 seconds left. The champion of Khorne is actually broken. That's because he's taken on Ungrim and a Fane. But we've got them surrounded by Bloodletters, Skull Takers and Warriors of Khorne. We do have the Exalted Bloodthirsters just kind of picking on dwarves that are trying to run away. Don't know where that body flew off to. Oh, all the way over there. In he comes. This is going to cause so much damage in the charge. Boom. A nice hit there. Fane's broken. Here comes the other Bloodthirster as well. And I believe the Lord's actually been slain. I can't see him. I believe, yeah, we have killed Ungrim. Yes, I think, yeah, there he is. So Ungrim's been slayed now. And you see the dwarves are now running. And the forces of Khorne have taken the high ground. And victory, guys, off the dwarfs. Whew, that was a good game. With this sort of thing, it's got to be... It's always good fun, isn't it? As you can see, look at the unit we had. And the numbers, just insane. So the Exalted Bloodthirster got 63 kills. The Bloodthirster got 65. Champion of Khorne only got 7, but he got shot down quite quickly. He was carried. Followers of Slaughter, 19, 31, 10, 75, 60, 25, 58, and 10. Then we have the Warriors of Khorne. Look at all these kills. 64, 59, 24, and 28. The Skull Takers of Khorne, 77, 81. We then have Knights of Khorne, 36, 33. And the Bloodletters did amazing, over 100 kills each. Dwarves done alright with kills. I mean, some got none, some got like 60 odd, as you can see. Look, I mean, these guys got over 100 each, but that was Followers of Slaughter. So, how did I think this game went? Why did I think it went so well? Well, first of all, I had so many large targets. The Knights and the Bloodthirsters, the Slayers couldn't really focus them down. Really, he probably needed all of them to take on one, destroy it, and move on. But I kept moving them. I wouldn't stay put. And because there were so many units, TzuDevil really struggled with trying to keep up with everything that's moving. So as long as I kept the Bloodthirsters moving, kept them charging, they were smashing. Wherever I saw there was a group of Dwarfs, the Bloodthirsters, bang, straight in there, try to break them. The Chaos Knights did a great distraction going around the flank, which caused a few of the Slayers to go that way, and they just ran around them, so a bit pointless there. The good solid line of warriors of Khorne and the Skull Takers of Khorne did an amazing job holding the front line, beating his front line of Dwarves, and then just slowly pushing through his reserves. And the Followers of Slaughter did exactly what I wanted, which was bog up units and tie them down and spill their own blood for Khorne. I mean, Khorne would have been very pleased in this battle. I mean, look, 819 losses, over 1,000 dwarfs were slain. That's a lot of dwarf blood spilt for the Blood God, guys. So, tomorrow, what have we got planned? Well, it's got to be dwarfs again, of course, but we're going to have the forces of Nurgle is going to take a turn now. Now you've seen Khorne do it, Nurgle's going to give it a go with lots and lots of infantry. Nurgle's good with infantry. So we have to see how that goes. Do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that like button because it's Ultimate Chaos, guys. And this is one of the biggest things on my channel. Everyone loves Ultimate Chaos and the silliness you can do like these. And, of course, do comment below. Are you a supporter of Khorne? Are you proud of this? Or do you think your god's going to do better? Or are you a dwarf follower who is disgusted to see so many guys get slain? Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. So do that. And obviously do come back tomorrow because we will have the Battle of Dwarves versus Nurgle. Till then, guys, take care.